Step back in time on a Baltic cruise with Celebrity Cruises and experience this fascinating region filled with medieval history, endless culture, and extraordinary art and design. Join us as we explore some of the highlights of the marvelous ports of call you might visit in Russia, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Estonia, and Germany during a celebrity cruise across the Baltic Sea. St. Petersburg, Russia is a city full of opulent palaces, world-class museums, and picturesque boulevards and canals. In this formal imperial center, it's easy to spend hours exploring the many landmarks scattered throughout the city. St. Petersburg has been described as the Venice of the North, and there's no better way to discover its scenic canals than on a riverboat cruise. Drift past national landmarks and riverside mansions, and under iconic bridges like the Hermitage, the oldest stone bridge in St. Petersburg. The State Hermitage is the second largest art museum in the world, with over 350 rooms to explore. It is home to one of the most expansive art collections, with more than 3 million priceless works of art. No trip to St. Petersburg is complete without visiting the famous domes of the Church of the Savior on the Spilled Blood, an Orthodox church built by the Romanovs on the assassination site of Alexander II. The sparkling dome of St. Isaac's Cathedral is sure to catch your eye from all over the city. Inside, admire the church's lavish interiors, covered in bronze, marble, and semi-precious stones. Discover the lavish summer residence of Russian czars, starting at Catherine's Palace. The palace has a beautiful Rococo exterior and extravagant interior with floor-to-ceiling amber and gold leaf panels. At Peterhof, also known as the Russian Versailles, an enthralling complex of palaces, gardens, and fountains await. The former summer home of Peter the Great is one of the most popular tourist sites in St. Petersburg, with golden statues, luxurious interiors, sprawling gardens, and one of the world's largest fountain systems. This is one place you won't soon forget. The Peter and Paul Fortress is considered the birthplace of St. Petersburg. Throughout the years, the fortress has served as a prison, military base, and burial site for a number of Russian rulers. Climb up to the top of the bell tower for spectacular panoramic views of this impressive city. The Swedish capital of Stockholm is one of the most exciting sites you'll visit on a Baltic cruise. Start off your visit by exploring the Gamla Stan, the city's well-preserved old town, where cafes and restaurants are surrounded by buildings dating back to the 1700s. There you'll find a number of important landmarks, including the Royal Palace and Stockholm's oldest church, the Stockholm Cathedral, which was built in 1279. Stop by Stockholm City Hall, which was made from over 8 million bricks. The 3 golden crowns at the top of its tower symbolize the national coat of arms of Sweden. Aside from being a center of government, City Hall is also the location where the Nobel Prize banquet takes place every year. Visit the Vasa Museum, the most visited museum in all of Scandinavia, and home to the world's best-preserved 17th century ship. More than 300 years after the warship sank in 1628, it was rescued from the ocean and restored to its current pristine state. Other museum highlights include the Skansen, an open-air museum with historic houses and farms that depicts what life in Sweden was like before the industrialized era. The ABBA Museum is full of fun, interactive exhibits featuring memorabilia, costumes, and all of the hit songs by Sweden's most famous band. Finally, travel outside the city to the lakeside town of Sigtuna, a testament to rural life where you'll find traditional Swedish houses, ancient ruins, and stately churches. Explore the breathtaking medieval castles of Copenhagen, Denmark, nicknamed the Royal City. Visit the spectacular Frederiksborg Castle, a regal Renaissance structure that houses the Museum of National History. Marvel at the chambers and extensive collection of paintings, porcelain treasures, tapestries, and antique furnishings inside. The 16th century Kronborg Castle, the setting of Shakespeare's Hamlet, is a magnificent example of Renaissance architecture. You'll be inspired by its stunning Baroque spires and surrounding moat. Visit the imposing Rosenborg Castle and tour its sprawling gardens and impressive interiors. Get a glimpse of royal treasures, including the Danish crown jewels. And walk through Knight's Hall, where you'll find 3 life-sized lions made of silver and the King and Queen's coronation thrones. Tivoli Gardens is one of Europe's oldest and most popular amusement parks. Inaugurated in 1843, the amusement park features enchanting gardens and dozens of games, rides, and roller coasters for the whole family to enjoy. Take a walking tour to see the Little Mermaid statue and the Amalienborg Palace, home of the royal family. Walk through the octagonal complex, surrounded by 4 large palaces, and watch the changing of the guards. Or see the city from another angle on a leisurely boat tour along its scenic canals. One of the most recognizable spots in Copenhagen is the Nyhavn Canal, a picturesque stretch lined by colorful buildings from the 17th century, historic wooden ships docked by the harbor, and a number of al fresco restaurants. It's the perfect place to spend a lovely afternoon. Helsinki, the capital of Finland, is a vibrant city full of minimalist design and bold architecture. On a Baltic cruise, explore the city's marvelous architecture at the Senate Square, a neoclassical gathering place with a statue of Alexander II at its center. Visit Helsinki Cathedral, a whitewashed building featuring a towering dome and statues of the 12 apostles peering over the city. Walk through Sibelius Park and marvel at the striking monument of 600 steel pipes honoring the great Finnish composer Jan Sibelius. Then visit the famous Rock Church, a domed church built inside an excavated rock and surrounded by copper stripping and concrete beams. Continue past the Uspensky Cathedral, the largest Orthodox church in Western Europe, and a shining example of Russian impact on Finnish life and culture. Travel outside of Helsinki to reach the quaint town of Porvoo, Finland's second oldest town, which dates back to 1346. Take a stroll through the shops along its cobblestone streets and pass by historic wooden buildings. Then have lunch at the elegant Heiko Manor, located in the middle of a beautiful park by the sea. Back in Helsinki, finish off your day at the popular Ice Bar Winterland, where you'll put on thermal clothes before entering an enchanting snowy atmosphere. Enjoy winter sports like husky dog sledding and have a naturally chilled drink at the bar made entirely out of frozen ice and snow. Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, is a burgeoning city that was once occupied by the Soviet Union. At Tallinn's Old Town, you'll find an impeccably preserved medieval walled city. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is full of historic buildings that date back to the 13th century, cobblestone streets lined with restaurants, bars, and shops, and medieval churches topped with Gothic spires. Head to Town Hall Square, once a major marketplace during the Middle Ages, which now serves as a hub to open-air shopping stalls, outdoor cafes, and al fresco concerts in the summer. At the top of Toompea Hill lies St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, a towering church that was once a part of the Russian Empire. Listen to its 11 large bells toll before a service, or take a tour inside to see its gorgeous mosaics and icons. Walk over to Toompea Castle, which houses the Estonian Parliament, and admire the 14th century tall Herman Tower, an important landmark that serves as a symbol of Estonian independence. Then head to St. Mary's Cathedral, which once served as the church and burial site for Estonia's noble families. Scan the coats of arms on the walls and gravestones for famous names, such as Admiral Gregg, Catherine the Great's rumored lover. Climb up the 200-foot Baroque bell tower and take in the breathtaking view of the city below. The small resort town of Warnemünde, Germany, is a charming port city with serene beaches and a quaint countryside. During your stay in port, explore the town or head out on a day trip to nearby Berlin. See the city's impressive architecture and historical landmarks, like the old site of the Berlin Wall and Checkpoint Charlie, the former crossing point between East and West Berlin. Pass through the bustling Gendarmenmarkt Plaza, and visit Berlin's most famous square to see the iconic Brandenburg Gate. During one of our thrilling Baltic cruises, medieval history and unforgettable experiences await. To book your next getaway, visit Celebrity.com, talk to your travel advisor, view our Baltic cruise itineraries and shore excursions in the links below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more travel guides and inspiration.